You guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about the black community and how we're going to always stay broke if we lack the ability to come together and have financial responsibility and financial growth. It started off with learned behavior. Our mothers and our fathers, they didn't teach us about credit. They didn't teach us about financial responsibility. Some people was already in debt before they can even learn what credit was or what debt was. And we was already coming out of an oppression without having nothing to start with. God created the heavens and the earth, but we already know that history tells us that man took over the land and put a price tag on it. And the people that own the land is not us. We do have a percentage of black people and black successful people that have money, but that makes up maybe 5 to 10% out of billions of black people on this earth. So how do we have financial responsibility? We have to learn how to save our money. We have to learn how to invest our money. The minute we get something and the minute that we start making money at these jobs, we can't just go out and buy the fanciest thing out there, the fanciest car out there, the biggest house out there. Because what we do is we start living beyond our means. And when we live beyond our means, we are living to seek validation from other people. And that's something that us black people have a problem in, as far as, finances and not having anything. And when we lose that money, when we lose our jobs, or we don't have anything as a safety net, and I'm not even just talking about a 401k, I'm talking about something more in depth, something more to fall back on in case you don't have anything. The people that do have a lot of money creating businesses for other, black people, creating more platforms, owning more land, just investing more of your money in things that's not seen and things that can stretch out to a different generation. And when I say a different generation, I mean your children, your grandchildren, and so forth and so on. We have to create a new generation for us that is not so oppressed. We get comfortable in being lazy. We get comfortable in, depending on welfare, depending on the system, and depending on other people to give us things, and that's why we'll never have nothing. The system will only help you so far. When your children turn 18, it's almost like you're starting over again. Granted, we need the help because we already started off without the help, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've been on food stamps before. I've been on food stamps for years before, but I use that as a tool to start and say, okay, I'm going to start with this help, and after that, I'm going to help myself, and I'm going to continue to rise and rise and rise and build and build and build and have something for my children later, so that way, when I pass away, they will have something. And sometimes we don't do that. We like to show off. We like to buy the fanciest car out there. We like to buy the clothes. Some people, they spend their whole check just on Jordans, just on, certain outfit, name brand outfits, just so they can look a certain type of way, so they can pull the women. I see that a lot of men, because of women, we don't really have to do much, even though we do spend our money on hair, nails, and other accessories that we want, but we don't necessarily have to do that to attract a man. That's one thing that we also fail to realize. But we want what we want, and there's nothing wrong with wanting what we want. But where the problem comes in is wanting what we want and not having the money to supply it. And see, that's something that we learn. When I was growing up, my mom, she always had a credit card. And she was always able to buy things and have certain things that she wanted at certain times. Not all the times did she have it, but the times where she was able to receive that credit limit, she was getting things. But what I didn't learn was you had to pay that money back. And see, it took me to grow up and understand that credit affects where you live. Credit affects the environment that you live in. Credit affects the kind of car you can even afford to get, or anything that you just choose in life. It's not even about how much money you have. Granted, if you have a lot of money and you just balling like that, you can just go cash out. But at the same time, We wonder why a lot of black people have bad credit and a lot of white people have good credit, because we was not taught that financial responsibility. And so now that we know this, we need to instill this in our children. And we need to not just instill it in our children, but we need to invest more in having more properties and more things for ourselves and more things that we can fall back on, so our children won't be poor. Our children won't have nowhere to go. Or if something was to happen, they have property. We need to also have to get rid of the wars that we have with each other, the jealous mentality that we have with each other, because it only tears us apart. We are survivors. We are strong people, and we are creative people. We popping. We are that population. But sometimes we don't even use it to our advantage. We use it against each other. And see, we're only known to come together when the outside population comes in to steal, kill, and destroy us. And then once everything is back intact, then we're back destroying each other again. And we're quick to do that. We have to learn substance and not feel like the next person is trying to one up us or trying to do better than us. So therefore, we're going to step on their toes to make sure they don't get to the top so we can stay at the top. See, we have that mentality because it's a slave mentality. When we're free, when we feel like we're free and out of poverty, we don't have to turn back and help our brother or help our sister or help our neighbors. We feel like even that we're more high value and we're better than the black people that we grew up with. And that's why we're not getting anywhere, because we don't stick together. Once we make it out, we're out. But we don't even remember that we was in the same situation that other people was in. Now, I only say that also just to say that help the people that want to be helped. Everybody doesn't want to be helped. A lot of times we do go back to our communities when we make it out of the communities and we try to help others, and they only try to tear us down. And sometimes they even try to make us feel like, we all that, or make us feel like we turn our backs on them or that we're better than them. And when you come across other black people that has that mentality, sometimes you just have to feed them with a long handled spoon. But we still have to do the work. And if we don't do the work, we won't get anywhere. And so that's all I wanted to say. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what we can do as a black community to help each other, to have more, to learn financial responsibility, and to not stay stagnant where we're at and stay broke. I'm out.